Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the heart of Scottwood research and the studio. This is where most of the things happen, and this is not a place that you find me very often. And I know I'm kind of in a weird position here because I'm usually downstairs flame working in the dungeon. But today I have something that I need to conquer. What I'm doing here is gathering up some tools to use to fix the back window of my car. I've been having issues with the car window on my Nissan, and the problem is that the other window of my car has fallen down into the door and will not come up. And it's the same issue that Patrick had in the very first video that he made, the Nissan Sentra window fix. I have watched Patrick's video a few times, maybe 3 times, because I'm a little nervous, but I think I can make this happen without a problem. So I figure, well, it's the same issue. I can hear the motor, it works, so I know that it's not something else. I know it's the arm, whatever it's called, the something. And Patrick's been super busy and hasn't really had the time to do this fix for me. And I'm pretty sure I know exactly what to do to make this window work. Patrick bought the piece that I need for the window. This took forever to get here, but it made it. And this is from the same place. It's from blenddoor.com. And I have everything else that I need here too. And we'll talk about that when we get to the car. So let's go ahead and fix this window. Okay, so I have Patrick's video queued up here just in case I have any issues. I don't think I will, but it's always always good to have something to look at just in case. And here's my issue. So the window won't go up on my car, and I have to take all this out in order to fix it. And the way that I'm going to start this out is with the clothespin, so let's get to it. Leaving some unwanted tape on the car surface, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that extra tape off. Probably get some Goo Gone or something like that. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, well, here I am. I'm here at the car. And I'm going to start out by opening it up with a clothespin. Somehow I'll do this. Oh, look. All right, I got the first piece off. That's great. Oh, look, okay, so the second piece is coming off really easy. Now I know what to do here. Take off this black piece. Looks like you just kind of got to open up these 2 sides, and out it comes. All right, there we go. Okay, so I believe that we got to open this next. You know, it's like I'm so afraid I'm going to break something, but so far so good. Okay, I'm pretty sure the next step is to unscrew with the Phillips head these 2 screws here. You know, I wouldn't do this in any other weather. It's like 70 degrees out here, feels good. There's a slight breeze, and I'm in the shade. Worries me the most. I'm not real sure where to start. Well, I don't know what's going on, so hang on just a second. There's ants down here. Okay, so I think if I just give it a harder tug, it'll work. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we got something going here. I just got to get all the way around. Here we go, and I'm a little nervous. All right, we got the door off. There it is. Okay. All right, so I remember Patrick really peeling this away. It's almost like a black goo under here. Just get under that. Jesus. I don't like this at all. Okay, it's coming off a little better down here. Now do make sure that you don't completely separate these two layers like I started to. That's not right, and these need to stay together, okay? So do your best just to take away, you know, even if you gotta really grab into this, this black. It seems like the colder areas are pulling off a little better, but I think we can get all this without doing too much damage to the insulation. Almost there. Okay. So we got that part done, and now I gotta pull this thing out and put the new piece in. Now, in order to do that, what we're gonna need to do is take out these four bolts here, 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter socket. A 10 millimeter socket. Okay, hang on just a second. All right, so there goes the arm, the actuator arm. We're just going to pull it out. Let me put my tools down here. We're going to pull this out. Okay, now that the arm is in the down position, we can go ahead and continue. So I gotta take this plug off first. Okay, there we go. Squeeze those two things together and it comes right out. Get those out of your way, and now we can take this out. Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is. I see it right here. Those two pieces are way far away from each other. Okay, so there's two bolts. I'm going to take one down from the bottom from here, and then the other one I have to lift up and take it out of the other space. So we're going to do the same thing. Okay, here comes the first bolt. And we lift this up a little bit to get the other side off. Man, they really tighten these down. Okay, here we go. I got grease on my hands, guys.
You need the torque.
Okay. You know, I think I might need a socket wrench for this because I have wrist problems. So hang on just a second. Let me grab a socket. All right, so I got my socket. Get the socket out of my hand. There we go. There's the piece. Just fell right out of my hand. That's the piece that we're looking for. Now we can go in and fix it. Gently lower the window. All right. Okay, so here we are back in the studio, and what I have here is the arm, and we need to put that piece back on this little ball here. And here's the piece itself. We'll do a close-up of this in a second here. All right, so here is the culprit right here. Here's the broken piece. And it's just made out of cheap plastic, which is ridiculous. This goes on, this is the piece that goes onto the arm here in order to make it work. And, you know, if it doesn't work, this is how I found it. And here is the new piece.
Show me
I will. I think it'll come in here. Okay, so here's what I have here, and it is from blendor.com. I'll do a close-up on that. And before I can even get this out, I have to drill a hole where there's a little punch here, and I have to drill that out in order to get this piece to come out and put the new piece in. So I have the correct bit here, and let's go over to the drill press and get this going. And there's our hole. Okay, so we have that piece drilled out and ready to go. But before I can take it off, there's a little bit of there's a little bump that the screw made that I want to flatten out so the piece will come out. And I'm going to use this punch in order to flatten it down. Alright, that should do it, and not quite.
You gotta hit it.
Okay, so it should come right off now. There it goes. And there's our two pieces, all gunked up with this stuff. Okay. And now we're ready to put the pieces back together. Okay, so this little kit comes with your Allen wrench, 2 screws that are gonna put this together, and plenty of super lube. All right, and what we're gonna do is we'll just start this very gently. We don't wanna go all the way through because we have to give it some room. And I'm putting it in on the wrong side. Side specific, as Patrick said in the video. It's going in on this side. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay, so I just want to get it started just a little bit here. Okay, so what I have going on here are all the pieces now. We're ready to put this thing together. First thing I'm going to do is take this piece and I'm going to put it on upside down because we know it needs to go in this way. Okay, so I need to put a little bit of grease in here before I tighten it down. And so, got this stuff here. Just gonna fill it up. So I'll just put a little bit in there. Make sure you save some for the track. All right, now we're gonna tighten it up. Okay, now I'm ready to put the arm on here. Use all of this. Just put it all over the sides. Push it around in there. Okay. All right. So what I want to do now that I have this the way it is I'm going to turn this around so I can put a small divot. I'm going to put a small divot right here so it doesn't come off. All right, now it's not going off either side. I think we're ready to put this back on the car. Awesome. Okay, so I have the arm and it's ready to go in, but before I get too deep into doing this fix, what I want to do while I'm fixing this is to re-glue this together real quick, this insulation and the foam behind it, because the way it is, I don't like that. And I have some spray adhesive that I found in Patrick's studio. So we're gonna take this whole thing off, and I have some paper laid down and ready to spray this thing back together. Okay, now we're gonna put this thing back together, and we're gonna start with putting this in there right. And we just want to pop this back on until it's tight. I think I just fixed the window. All the way up. All the way down. Okay, so now we're ready to put it back together. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is put the insulation back on. Okay, we're ready to put this side panel back on. And don't forget that you need to have this part coming up from Yeah, that's great. Oh, I'm so happy. All right, so it's finished. I did it, and it wasn't a big deal, and I had a good time. Now I'm ready to enjoy some air conditioning in my car. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you next time. Why isn't it coming? I was looking at this thing. I just gotta pull harder. Okay, sorry. Alright, put it back. Got.
Okay, there's a.
Yeah, I see that. I was pulling on it.
Yeah, you just gotta pull like a minute.
Okay. Alright, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just take these two pieces apart here.
No. Hey.
Okay, so now we're ready to put it back together. This is intense, man. Oh my god. I hope this works. All right.